Welcome to Coffee with the Wolves, presented by JJC Athletics. My name is Devin Jones. I'm the new sports information intern here at JJC. Today I'm here with men's soccer coach for JJC, Cris Trillo. How you doing today, coach?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. So what I want to get started with, coach, is I want to know how has the preseason been so far for your team?
Well, it's the end of the second week, and it's been very good. I have enjoyed seeing the guys work very hard. I think we have a good group, and they're all really working hard to get into the best shape possible for the season.
Which returning athletes do you believe will have a big impact for your team this year?
Well, I only have five returning. Um, so I believe I count on returners with their experience. I think it's crucial because they also know how I work, and I think they can carry that into their new teammates. So I believe that they all contribute in their own way, you know, on the field, off the field. So I feel like they're all important to me, all the returners.
So you mentioned five returning. How do you feel about your newcomers coming to your team this year?
Well, there are a lot of them, and I'm bit by bit get to know them personally, and also get to know them, how they play. I've seen them play here and there, films, but now they're actually training with me and playing. We haven't had a game. We just had a little intra scrimmage, and I do like a lot what I see, their skill level, their talent. And I think we're going to have a very deep roster this year, and I think there's going to be a lot of competition, and that's very good for us. So I told them on paper we look great. Now we have to put a team together, and I think we have a good chance to go far.
Okay. And how do you feel they have been gelling so far? Coming from international and coming to here to play for your team. How do you feel they gel so far, and what do you do to help them gel towards your team?
I think they've adjusted pretty well. It's a large group, so that's nice. They kind of help each other, and then they also, because of three of my returners out of the five are international, so they're helping them to adjust as well. So the transition is a lot smoother than if you just come here for the first time, and the only help they can get is me. So I think they've been doing really well, and I also see a good interaction with our local players, and I think that's very important to me that they mingle, they get to know each other, because in the end, it's not two separate groups, it's one team.
Yeah. How do you feel the team chemistry is right now for your team, and have you been impressed by the way they've been, gelling well together?
I would give them a 9 out of 10. I've been very pleased with their approach, their interaction. Like I said, very, very happily impressed, especially when I compare it with previous years. I think in the last 3 years, it's been better, better, better. So I'm very excited about that.
So with the recruiting process, what do you look for when you recruit internationally?
Well, I look mainly for talent, talent that I can't find here because of the competition that we have here with our local universities. Not just local now. They're going to colleges in Wisconsin, in Kansas, so it's very competitive now. And so I look for talented players from overseas who are well trained, who play for good clubs. They're disciplined, they're serious, and also they're serious about their academic and what they want to achieve when they come here. So when I interview them, in the recruiting process, I try to cover, the soccer aspect, the academic, and to see really, what they're like and what their goals are. And I think based on the last 3 years, I see the results, and I keep increasing the numbers, and also they hear about us and they know how well we do, how good of a college we have, our facilities, and that's helping me also working with other agencies in Europe that try to put a good word. So it's working both ways, and so far I mean, I could say I've never been disappointed with any international in the last 3 years.
That's great to hear that it's
Mhm.
working out, Coach.
Mhm.
What I want to ask now is, how does your assistant coaches, help you with game planning, and how do you just feel about them helping you?
I mean, I just have. He's a brand new assistant coach this year. Last year I had another one and only for a year, and the year before a different one. So
Mm,
um, it's a difficult process because they have to get to know me,
mm,
and I have to get to know them, and then kind of like blend together, So bit by bit, I think that they start seeing what I demand, what I want from them, and then they understand my mindset about what I want, for practice, what I want for games,
mm,
and I think that's then up to him to adjust to understand. Okay, this is what coach wants. I'm going to follow that path. Otherwise it's like two different coaches,
yeah.
and that just doesn't work. He has to understand what do I want, what do I expect, and then just be my support. And my
Mm,
extension as well. I always say coach, head coach, assistant coach, and then captains slash returners to me.
mm,
That's how you carry that into having a good connection among ourselves.
mm. You mentioned earlier about not only just like the on-field aspect of being good, but with your athletes, but the books and being good at the books. How do you praise that to them to be good at on the books and managing like things like diet and training and just make
Hmm.
sure the off the field stuff
Hmm.
is correlating with the on the field stuff.
Hmm.
How important is that to you?
It's very important. I mean, as a former faculty here, retired faculty, I tell them that the academic part is very important to me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're a student and an athlete, and so I want them to do well academically.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, soccer comes in second, but if they don't do well academically, it's kind of a failure.
Yeah.
Um, I think also I talk to them a lot individually as a group, and they understand that hey, these are my expectations, whether it's for class, whether when we go practice and training, these are my expectations, and you have to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once they know me, personally, they know okay, I've got to do that. So far, I mean, like I said, I've seen I mean, they haven't started classes yet, but, on the field, I have no complaints. So we'll see. I hope that academically, they're all academic, and, they have a 3.5 to 4.0.
Wow.
And I told them actually at the first meeting that our goal this year should be the first program, in their GPA with the highest GPA. I told them. I
Mm.
said, we've never done that, but I'd like to say men's soccer, highest GPA of all sports program.
That
Mm-hmm.
sounds like you're on the right path for that too,
Right.
Coach. It sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to ask now is there any specific opponents you're looking forward to playing this year?
Particularly, no. I think they're all going to be very tough matches. We play all the D2 junior colleges mostly,
Mm-hmm.
a few D1, those are city colleges. And so our competition is very, very high level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anybody in particular um, really that I look forward to, I mean, maybe a couple teams that we haven't been in a long time, like Rock Valley. I think that's the one that I would like to really get a win this time. But in the end, no. I think we're ready for any team. Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are prepared this season. One more question I want to ask is: at the end of the season, when you look back on it, what do you feel will be the main things you guys need to do in order to have a successful season this year?
I think to put all the pieces together, as it's like a chess game. I think individually we have a lot of talent,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to play as a team. And if everybody goes in one direction and they put the team first, then they come in second. Um, we have a good chance. I told
Mm-hmm.
our goal is again to make it to national. I mean, no question. That should be the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we don't know what's going to happen. But to go to national should be our goal again, based on the type of players that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It sounds like you're on the path, Coach. You got all the pieces, and it seems like it's working
Hmm.
well so far.
Yeah.
That's all, Coach. It was nice
Okay.
having you
All right.
today.
Nice to meet you too. All
And
right. Thank you.
good luck to the men's soccer team. Welcome back to Coffee with the Wolves. I'm with Dylon Heiderich, student athlete for the men's soccer team. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
So I want to start with you is how have you how have you felt your guys have done this off season going to the preseason?
I think compared to the last few years, we've actually prepared pretty well. Like we've come here not behind. Like we've come here ready to work and do what coach tells us to do.
Okay. Is there anything specifically you've improved on during this off season?
I mean, I was injured for a long time last season, so I kind of worked on just getting my technical skills back and bringing my stamina back up. So I trained with one of my old teams back in Germany and got all that back.
Okay. What is your major here at JJC?
Architecture.
Okay. What I ask you now is going back before you came here, what was the process of you when you was looking at JJC? What impressed you the most about coming here and coming to this soccer program with Coach Trillo?
Well, Coach Trillo was a major factor in the decision actually coming here because he kind of made you feel like this was going to be a second home to you and you could improve under him. Other coaches had rosters of 30, 40 players where you wouldn't get playing time or they were promising you playing time, but you weren't guaranteed it. So it was kind of a very small factor and there was good players here, a good soccer program as well as a good architecture program.
Okay. And Coach mentioned earlier about the new international players coming here to your team. How have you helped them adapt to the program? And how have you felt they've done so far?
Well, I mean, so far we've only been able to really work on the soccer part. They haven't really gone into the academics yet, but so far I've kind of tried to help them in just knowledge that I've gotten in the last year of how do you open a bank account, how do you transfer money to the US, those kinds of things that are important as an international player because you can end up paying very high fees. And that's kind of where I kind of just help them in the simple basics off the pitch, and on the pitch is kind of more coach telling them how he wants them to play and then us kind of just showing them how to do it.
That's really great to hear. Really great. And how's the team chemistry you feel been so far?
I think it's still a few people that are like we're kind of floating about, like there's small groups, but I think over time we're gonna grow together pretty well. Just from talking to everyone, I think we're gonna end up pretty good.
Okay. You mentioned you was injured last season. Coming into this season, what impact are you looking to make for this team and you guys this year?
Well, I mean, as a returner, I want to be one of those leaders that coach is looking for to just kind of lead the new players, integrate them, and lead them in the right way. And other than that, it's kind of up to coach to show us where to go and show the new people where to go.
Okay. Is any certain opponents you're looking forward to playing this year?
No, as Cris Trillo said, it's not really a single opponent that I'm looking to. I'm really looking forward to nationals. That's our main goal this season and possibly getting under the top four. And other than that, all opponents that come are just matches that we have to play.
All right. And at the end of the season, towards the end, we're looking towards there. What do you feel needs to be done in order to make it to nationals and further on beyond that?
I mean, we just have to first focus on the seasons, focus on the games we have now, and then once we get to the nationals, we have to focus on recovery mainly. That with all the games that we have per week, that we just focus on recovering, being able to play those games, and being in the right mindset as well.
Okay. And you mentioned recovery. How do you felt last season that was recovery wise?
It was good. I think we used the athletic trainers downstairs a little bit too little personally, but I think this season we can do that a lot more, and we've been doing it a lot more in the preseason already.
Okay. That's great to hear. Well, thank you, Dylan. It was great having you.
Thank you.
Good luck this season.